welcome you and all to another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast where we talk about, say it with me, Latino, everything. Thank you for being here for another episode. We got another great, amazing story to tell. We have a young Waco artist. She has an amazing voice. Winner of Waco's Award 2022 Female Singer of the Year. She has a single, Schemin, that has over 100K streams on Spotify and many other platforms. She has very many notable features as well as performances. Yours truly, Amaya, aka YT Amaya, in the house.
Thank you for having me.
Hello.
I'm excited to be here.
How you doing today?
I'm good. It's been a good, smooth day.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming over. You come all the way from Waco.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. We're just gonna that's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna thank each other, and then really, it truly means a lot. You are doing amazing things. You're young, great voice, award-winning now. Even though it's locally, but still, it just says a lot about the work you've been doing. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start with a segment that I like to call Preguntas al Chile. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. You see this graphics right now and see the amazing voice behind the mic right now. YT Amaya, Preguntas al Chile, tacos o tortas?
Oh, why are you giving me such a hard one? I'm gonna have to go with tacos.
Tacos, corn tortilla or flour tortilla?
Okay. It just depends on what we're going with.
Yeah.
It depends on what we're going with. But, I've been leaning on more to corn lately. Yeah.
That means you've probably been having more tacos than usually. That's how it is.
Yeah.
See. Yeah. Okay, gorditas o sopes?
Ooh, gorditas.
Gorditas.
Sure.
Okay, Mexican coca o jarritos?
Mexican coca.
Yeah. Way different. The Mexican coca and the regular Coke, it tastes way different.
It does, and I didn't notice until I tried it. I was like, oh yeah, there's a way different taste.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, agua de horchata, Jamaica o tamarindo?
Horchata.
Horchata.
I love it.
Good choice. Salsa verde, salsa roja. Do you like spicy?
I do like spicy. It just depends on what it is.
Yes. But you like the salsa verde, the green one, or the red one?
Green.
Okay. Menudo, pozole?
Menudo.
Sure. Right. Churros, flan? Churros, yeah. The hot sauce, the regular hot sauce, Valentina, Tapatio, Cholula? Valentina. Yeah, goes great with chicharrones. And the conchita breads, the pastries, you like the brown ones, the white ones, or the pink ones?
Brown.
Yeah. And just one that's way off of the other ones. A conspiracy theory that you feel can almost guarantee it has to be true. What would that be?
A conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
Oh, you done tapped in. That has to be true?
That you can almost guarantee it has to be true.
See, I don't really do conspiracy theories like that. I'm more of like a spiritual person.
Got you.
But a conspiracy theory that has to be true, I believe, I don't know. There's a lot.
Landing was real?
No, it was not. Definitely, aliens is real. The moon landing was fake. That's one that's just in plain sight. You can tell that's not real.
It has to be true. See, that was one of them. But okay, what the spiritual? Why do you think you're more of that part? In regards to maybe more religious or whatever other people might see as regular?
I have been tapped in, like, recently. I started last year. Yeah. Like, I'm really fairly new to this. I started last year, but this year it's really been, like, with us just getting on shows and podcasts, it's been more, like, kind of, I'm not going to say stressful, but it's been a lot. So, like, I've been meditating, I've been studying, I've been doing all of that, and I feel like just spiritually, I'm getting there.
Gotcha.
I think, I don't know, I'm very more connected to myself and my higher self now than I was before. I think everybody should try it and be the spirit.
Yeah.
Honestly.
The fact that you say, the way you speak first about higher self or meditating, it helps a lot with the music part too, to help you, put everything lined up and not get overwhelmed with all kinds of stuff that happens, the life on the road and things like that. So that's pretty cool that you're into that. Okay, we continue on. What comes to mind, like first thing that pops into your mind whenever you hear the word Latino or Latina?
Like music wise?
Anything. Just
Anything?
just a word whenever you hear Latino, what is like, oh.
Selena.
Selena?
Selena.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's no right or wrong answer. I'm not quizzing you. It sounds like it's a quiz of which words, but it's whatever pops to mind. I like to get whatever is the thing that comes to mind whenever you hear. For me, I hear Latino, I hear family.
Yeah, I was just gonna say a good party.
Yeah.
Get back, get together, just a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for you, do you care if anybody calls you a Latina? Do you mind? You get offended? You prefer to be Mexican American, Mexican?
No, I don't really mind. A lot of people don't know what I like, what races I'm mixed with, so they go straight, oh, you're a Latina. Okay, that's cool. I'm not gonna correct you. That's what you see, so yeah.
What are you? If you don't mind me asking, what is it that you are?
I am mixed with Mexican, white, and Korean.
Korean?
Yeah.
That's dope. I can kind of see a little bit of Korean, a little bit,
Yeah.
but that's pretty cool. That's dope. So thank you very much for clarifying that part. Not everybody knows. You don't have to wonder. So if they don't know, that means they didn't watch this episode. We're going to talk with them. We're going to find them. Okay, so let's get to the interview. Again, thank you very much for being here. I'm going to thank you again. It's a long drive. It's about an hour and 20, 30 minutes to get here. Yeah. So awesome. So I know that you have previously discussed about your name, YT, which is yours truly. That's what it means. Yes. But where did the Amaya comes from, and where did y'all decided to run with that name?
Amaya is my real name.
Okay.
So
your first name.
Yeah, it's my first name.
Gotcha.
I don't know how it all just came together. I was like, Mama, what do you think sounds good? Like YT Amaya, or should I just keep it as YT? She was like, it'd be dope to add your name. Like, why not? It's your name. And I was like, I guess. So like, we got together with Walka, and he was like, okay, so what do you want your artist name to be? And like at that decision, I had to choose, like, do I want to add my name in there, or do I just want to keep it as YT? But I was like, you can go to YouTube and look up YT, and it could just, anything could pop up. So I was like, nah, we got to add my name. So I just stuck YT Amaya.
And why YT? Why yours truly? Why did that stood out to you more than anything?
Because at the time I was listening, well, I still listen to him, shout out. His name is Fora. He's like a rapper. He's a rapper, but like he's not like,
he harmonizes a lot too.
Yeah.
So you mentioned him, I had to go find it out.
He's a rapper. He can sing. He doesn't do any of like, he doesn't rap about anything everybody talks about today. Like, he talks about deep stuff, like your feelings, what's in your head, what's going on with life and everything. That's why I mess with him so heavy. Like, it's not like we talking about getting money, I mean, he talks about money, like getting and everything. He talks about real life, but he talks about real life situations, what he's been through, what he's going through. Like, okay, I have all of this, but still I have things going on, and like it's relatable. Like, you can relate to it. Like, I feel like a lot of rappers and people nowadays don't really do that anymore. They try to go to like, we're getting money, I'm living, Okay, that's cool, but do something people can relate to. Like, not everybody is living like you. Like, okay, sure, you're rich and famous, but tell us, I know you have stuff going on. Like, in your head, even if it's not like out there, even if you're good physically, like in your head, you could, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're not, like, you've been through stuff before, like, put that out there. I feel like a lot of people relate to that more than what they do now, but I feel like the only reason why music nowadays and is getting big is because just it's more about my generation. Like, they're worried about this. Like, they want to get new cars, they want to get all that. That's cool, but like, you're still a human being. You still gotta go through all these feelings. It's not just about the money. Right. Feel me? Like, you can't be rich. Sure, you know, money brings happiness or whatever, but like, you can't really do anything if you're not happy mentally. Like, if you're not mentally okay, really money means nothing to you.
Yes, true. And then they That's why a lot of the street rappers, they can only have a certain amount of years that they can talk about things they did.
Yeah.
Because after a while, they start disconnected with the people they used to listen to them, and they were used to relate to their music because they were living that same life. Because now they can't relate to them driving a Bentley or whatever the case might be.
Exactly. Or
So
living up top, seeing the city lights. Like, not a lot of people can relate to that.
yeah, okay. So back to the YT. So that's when you started choosing. Hey, if you're gonna go on a tangent, it's all good. I appreciate it. But the YT, that's when you were listening to him and inspire you, and that's when maybe the lyric or something came to yours shortly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to have it like, I think it was just like a thing he used to say, and I was like, bro, that's really pretty. Like, I don't think, I was like, that's really pretty. I don't think anybody would just, anytime I tell anybody, YT Amaya, young thug, young thing, no, yours truly. I feel like yours truly has a lot of meaning to it. It's just
Because
not
it's
yours
yours,
truly.
and it's truly who you are presenting to people. Oh, I like that.
It's not just words, it's meaning behind it.
Yeah. Was there any other names that almost made it besides YT? Was there maybe a couple of them? Do you remember?
If it wasn't gonna be YT, it was gonna be yours truly.
That's it.
Just yours truly, yeah.
Because whenever I was looking at some of the songs of your music, it just says yours truly. It didn't have the Maya part, but that's pretty cool. And it's a cool name. I like your name. Okay, so your grandparents, I seen on one of your, I think it was EPK, that one of your grandparents used to be on a band. We used to play for.
Yes,
and it was
Selena.
Selena.
Yes.
Like Selena. Really?
Selena,
What was the instrument that he used to play? Was he with the band, the actual band?
It was
before or after?
his own little band, right? I think he opened up for her before, and like he does all types. He plays a lot of instruments. Like, I remember we used to go out to his house. Like, as a whole family, right now he lives in Arizona, but he used to live in El Paso.
Gotcha.
And as a whole family, we all used to take a family trip every summer or every like spring break. We would go down to El Paso, and like all the kids would be in his living room on a mic, on drums, guitar, piano, anything, and we would all just have a good time.
That's dope. So you've been around music for even since you were smaller.
Even since I was a kid, I've been around music.
Dang. And then we had talked off camera something about Selena too. So it's crazy that. And then earlier you mentioned it too. Like, Selena was very impactful as far as it. Were you a fan of her? Did you listen to any of her music?
I did.
Yeah.
And that was because of my mom.
Yeah. Your mom put you on game.
Yeah.
She's a vibe. Selena is a vibe though.
She is. She is.
It's her own thing. You can literally play like a good solid 30 minutes worth of music and a dance or quinceañera, whatever.
Oh, Selena. And everybody will just, if you don't know Selena, you're crazy.
Yeah. You need to go ahead and look her up.
Yeah.
Okay. So you like photography for a long, so you're still passionate about photography, something that you like. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I think like before I even thought about doing music, I just love cameras and taking pictures, not just of me, like of everything. I love nature, so I would always go outside, probably take a picture of a tree with the sun or the grass or my dog. Like, it was peaceful to me. It was like a stress relief to me.
Yeah. I was telling somebody, I had a photographer here that I had talked to him, and I tell him if there was anything that you can say that you can capture time, it would be by taking a picture, because that's like there forever. Yeah. It's like the only moment you can really grab something, and it's like literally time, and that's it. And then after that, we just keep living on. Okay, and that just make you feel good about taking pictures and just the way that it looked, try to maybe perfect the craft. Did you really get into the craft of photography, or not too much?
Not really, because I was a kid. I had a little phone, just trying to do stuff. But I had fun editing the pictures. Like, I thought that part was dope, but I'm not gonna say I ever lost interest in it. But I think as much as music came to me, I started leaning more on the music side.
Gotcha.
Than the photography. But I still have interest in like doing photography and everything like that. That's still in me. I know that.
You could definitely use some of those things as covers to some of the pictures you want to grab. If you had an opportunity to take somebody's picture, whoever it is in the world, who would you choose?
Who would I choose to take somebody's picture? Ooh.
Or a place. You can choose either a person or a place.
Dubai.
Dubai?
Dubai.
Here we go on that too. I seen pictures of it. That's why I was like, take a couple of pictures.
Definitely Dubai.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a movie, like the whole just pictures
That is
itself,
like
right?
that's my dream place to go.
To visit.
Definitely to visit. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think it'll be like whenever you first get over there, as far as, and what is the first place you want to go and see?
Ooh, that's hard. I don't have a specific place yet, but I think when I get there, I think it'll
Mhm.
just, I think it'll be amazing. I think it'll definitely be new to me.
Yeah.
Everything going on right now is new to me, obviously, but like I think it'll be like a big accomplishment on my bucket list
Yeah.
because I've just been dreaming about going to Dubai since I was young, and like now I feel like the where I'm headed and what I'm doing now, like I'm getting just closer to it. Even if it's like 10 years from now, it's one step closer to it. So
Yeah. You know what I always
it's gonna
think
be fun.
whenever I see Dubai, there's a place, a building where it has a pad, a landing pad for helicopters. I don't know why I want to see that. Or the artificial islands. There's like a whole
Yeah.
continent that they build with artificial islands, and I would like to see those. And the expensive cars that they have driving around.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
all that.
Just the city alone.
Yeah, the
Not
city alone.
but like
I'll be there too, though. Maybe we'll run into each other like, hey, I know you. 10
You
years
remember?
ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago, here we
That's what
go.
you said.
Now we will make it sooner than that. No, not 10 years. Okay, so you used to sing to your mom, at times, and you'll be like just singing to her and see what she thought, and then she never discouraged you as far as like, that's okay. She actually pushed you.
Yeah, she actually
So
did.
y'all took the step to go to start doing karaoke.
Yes.
Was Fussy Tacos the very first place you actually did it?
Fuzzy Tacos
Yeah?
was the very first place I ever did any type of karaoke at. Like that was the first. I can remember that night like the back of my hand. It was like associate from my mom.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah.
a friend of the family. He realized like, okay, this kid gets in front of the TV every night and sings for you. Like she needs to go do something. Like at least take her to karaoke or something. So he got us in with that first night. We walked in. I wasn't really sure. I was like, it's a pretty big crowd. I don't know if I could do this. And my mom was like, you got this. Just go up there, do your song.
Mhm.
What song did I do? I forgot what song I did. It was I think it was Bruno Mars. I want to say it was a Bruno Mars song. I think it was When I Was Your Man. I
Yeah,
think that was the very first song I ever did. And ever since then, it was just like, okay, I think I could get used to this. Like at first, I'm a kid, so I'm just in one place the whole time. But like, I think karaoke really helped with like me performing now.
Yeah.
Like when I first started doing music and like my first ever show, I wasn't, I was, even now, like my performance skills is not where it should be. But everybody learns. But I really think karaoke helped with how I perform now.
Yeah, because if you Google it right now, one of the more things that people are scared of besides death, or along the top three of like dying, is public speaking and even performing. Is like
Yeah.
it's in that same spectrum. To be able to, as a kid, be able to get in front of strangers
And just go.
and sing.
I definitely think if it wasn't for my mom's support, I wouldn't be as confident as what I'm doing, or like probably wouldn't even be doing it. Like
Yeah.
I don't realize, and I've realized it a lot lately, how much my mom, like how her support back then, like just has a big impact on me now. Like she could have been one of those, oh, you can't, do you really think you're gonna like music? Everybody's, you know what I'm saying? Music, that's a big thing. Like, do you really believe that you're gonna make it? But like, I don't know, her support is just crazy. And like back then I never used to see it, but like now as I'm getting older and I'm doing all of these more things, it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't think I could be where I am without my mama's support or her confidence. She had more confidence in me before I even have the confidence now that I'm in. Even then, she still has more confidence in me than I do.
That's dope. That's awesome to have. Our Latino culture doesn't do that sometimes as we're growing up, and pushes our kids to
Yeah.
go for more, to be okay, to try it out, and be supportive.
Right.
And it's pretty dope that she did that to you, and she's putting you in a good position. By the way, she's 18 years old. She
Yeah,
just turned
by the way.
18 years old. She's very young. It's great that you have the understanding and the humbleness to say, I need to work on my craft as far as performing, but it doesn't deny the fact that you've been doing and recording and have some projects that are doing very well for you
Yeah.
and creating a buzz for yourself. So yeah, of course, keep learning and keep sharpening those skills to get in front of the mic and the crowd and know how to rock it. But at the end of the day, still, it's cool that you say, yeah, shout out to the cup. It's cool that you say that you know you need to work on it. And a lot of people might be in denial to say like, I'm good. I make music and that's it. So that's cool that you care to be able to perform.
I think that's really a big thing, taking in just, what's the word I'm trying to say? Criticism.
Criticism.
Constructive
There's
criticism.
mom in the back, by the way,
She's
supporting. So shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom.
So yeah, criticism is very important from the people that know what they're talking about, not from
Not
YouTubers,
from anybody, just
TikTok people. Hey, shout out to the homies at TikTok. I always tell you, I mean, hey, appreciate the comments on the algorithm. It helps, but y'all go do something. But yeah, it's pretty cool though that you are willing to open up to the people that know what they're talking about, so you can expand and be bigger.
Be great.
Absolutely. So how many Fuzzy Tacos were the first night you actually got through the song? You don't kind of sort of recall the song, but you did it. It was only one song, or was it more?
It was more. That'll probably be like the only one I remember.
Yeah.
Because it's probably like the first ever time I did it, but
Gotcha.
it was definitely more like, I don't know. Me assuming like when I got there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do one song probably and like see how I like it. If I like it, then if I have time, I'll do another one. If I don't like it, I'm leaving. And yeah, I liked it. Everybody liked it, and I guess I was like, okay, they actually like me, so I can do another song. And then ever since, like, before I started doing music, it was like basically almost a every week, every other week thing. Like, hey, y'all should come. Like the other day, we just went back. Like, was it Twisted Sisters downtown in Waco?
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. We had just went back. The same people who I started doing karaoke with at 15, 14, they were doing karaoke over there. And I was like, I just hit 100,000 streams on Schemin, so like, why not go back to where I first started? And like, when I walked in, they were just like, oh my gosh, Amaya, you're so big. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. What song do you want to sing? You're next. I was like, oh, I just walked in, but let's do it. I love them. Shout out to Kim and John, because they're the one that's doing it. They're the one that got me started. And they've been supporting ever since. How
did it feel whenever they were saying that about as far as the way you are, because they've been following what you've been doing?
Brought back memories. I was like, oh my gosh, this is where I started. Like, I was doing this before I started doing what I am now. It felt like a big accomplishment. Like, okay, I started doing this with y'all when I was like 14, 15. And now I'm at 100K. Over 100K on my latest single. It's just, comparing it, it's so crazy. I still don't believe it. Like, it's crazy. I still don't have words for it.
That's dope. So how long were you going back and forth to karaoke, that you did karaoke, when you finally you had the discussion with your mom to just take it more serious and start actually going to a studio recording? How long was that?
Like it had to be a good 2-3 years.
2 or 3 years just going back and forth karaoke.
Just doing karaoke.
That's crazy.
Honestly, I never expected to be where I am now with this music stuff. Like, even though I'm still local and everything, like, where I am now from when I first started, like, just doing karaoke, not even meeting C Walka, just doing karaoke, I did not expect, like, this much to happen throughout this short amount of time. It don't seem like a short amount of time, but with the way things are going, it's just this short amount of time. I honestly didn't expect it. It just hit me.
And now it's setting in that you are doing this and keep going forward, by the way. So that's dope. Okay, so you also, besides the karaoke, your sister was performing and you started getting a little bit of inspiration from her because she was seeing, was there a particular event that you saw her perform that you'd be like, man, I can do this. I might want to be doing this too?
She used to do show choir, so she'll be on stage doing, like, they would do covers of movies and stuff, basically, like little musicals. And that's where it started. I went to my sister's show choir thing one day, and I seen how she did, and I was like, this a lot of people. But I was like, she just looks like she's not worried about anything on that stage. Like, that stage, like, she acted like she was just alone, and I was like, wow. you look so good doing that up there. I want to do it too. Can I do it? And yeah, it just went from there. I was like,
You
Mama,
were
that
already
looks
singing
fun.
karaoke at that time?
Was that? Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
So there were both things happening at the same
At the
time.
same time, that kind of just sparked it.
Okay, so when was it that your mama set you down and said, like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go ahead and get this going. Was there a particular conversation you had, or slowly?
Well, it was a particular conversation that her and Walka had. So
Let's track to that. Where did she find Walker? How did she run into him?
a friend, one of her friends, I don't know who it was, but one of her friends sent his song to her, and she was like, I don't know. They're like, hey, check this out. It's pretty dope. And my mom was like, okay. She checked out the song. She said she liked it. It had a music video. Low key was the song. And she just told C Walka, she was like, hey, your song is fire. The video is dope. You know, my daughter sings, so I know how much, like, telling people that you're good, I know how much that could mean to somebody, because whenever my daughter hears it, you know, it brightens her day. And then I guess he was like, oh, really? She sent him a couple of videos, and Walker was just like, yeah, can we meet up? And at first I was like, Mom, we don't know who he is. Like, it's like he could be like scamming us. And she was like, kid, I don't think so. I think this is an opportunity that you should take. And I was like, you don't think we should wait? And she was like, I mean, what do you think? And like, it took me time to like think about it. But then I was like, this is what I want to do. You know, if opportunity comes, you got to take it. And you know, you don't know it could be a make or it could be a break. Luckily, this was a huge make. This was a huge make. So shout out to Mama and C Walka.
So she reached out to him to try to get some kind words for you because you were doing some things. What kind of videos was you sending her? Some homemade recording videos or something?
She reached out to him to tell him about his video. Like, you did good. I like your video.
Oh, okay.
Somehow it ended up to me. And I guess he just heard the videos and he was like...
Were they home videos? Or
yeah, they were home videos. Like, I was in the living room singing, like what I always do. And I guess he heard something that he liked. And I was like... I don't know, you know, I don't know a lot of people, you know, I'm a kid. I don't have any experience in this music stuff. I don't, you know, who is going to work with somebody that don't even have experience? But, you know, everybody has to start somewhere. And I'm lucky that C Walka was that person, honestly. Like,
You have mentioned something very interesting whenever y'all first met. First of all, that y'all clicked and it was a good vibe. But then you also had mentioned something about something that he was saying about you that stood out to you. What was it that he was saying about you that you really like got you to be more trust of what he was doing, or maybe he knows that he had good intentions for you? Because the music music business could be a very interesting place. Yeah. But something he had said to you that stood out to you that you said, okay, maybe he's not taking advantage. Maybe he does want to help us out.
Was there anything it's not about what he said. It's basically just how he put everything. Like,
gotcha.
He didn't seem like, I think it was just the vibe he gave off. Like, it wasn't like a controlling or anything. It was like an open vibe. Like, I don't think it's what he said. I just think it's how he said it, how he came off about it. And it might have had a little bit of what he said, but like, and just him. Yeah. Like, I don't know. C Walka's very humble. So, like, I don't know.
I can tell. I get the same vibe whenever we introduce each other. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you get it. Like, it's just a good, trustworthy, like, I don't know. It was
like, I give him my car and I hope he'll bring it back. I know he'll bring it back for sure.
Yeah, like,
type of situation, you know? He ain't gonna do me like that. I give him my car because he'll bring it back to me.
Yeah.
He'll be cool. Yeah, so I know what you're talking about. So, Odyssey is for you, Odyssey is the label you're with, right? And y'all have how many artists right now?
3.
3 artists. Okay, and then Texas Digital is who does the booking for y'all.
Yes.
And then C Walka is your main producer, the one that produces and
makes
everything. Yeah. So how is the process as far as whenever you are getting ready to create? Because every artist has a different type of process. Some of them might get the beat, listen. Some of them might have an idea, go lay it out and build from there. How is your process for you?
My process, it just depends. Like, sometimes I'll have a beat and I'll just write to it, listen to it, feel it, write to it. It was a day that we all went to the studio with C Walka. I think he had a beat and he just didn't know what he wanted to do with it. We sat down, we listened to it, and we all just together just came up with the whole song.
Really?
So like it also has a big, like, it depends on how I feel. Like sometimes I'll write without a beat. Or sometimes I'll listen to a beat and write. Or sometimes I'll be like, Walka, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I need your help.
Got you. And that's how, that's good to not block yourself with one way. And that's the way you stick into it all the time, because then you can maybe get blockage and can't go past it.
Yeah.
It's good that you can do different things. But you write your own music.
Yes, I do write my own music.
That's cool. And then where do you find, as far as like, that you have found that you can tap in more, that it's like the people are actually reacting more of the song whenever you're either sad or whenever you're either in a happier mood? What have you found that people are tapping and gravitating more towards?
So they definitely, I don't know. They love my singing.
Yeah.
I really just think it depends on who it is and what they're going through. Like they really feel like the real stuff I'm talking about. Like not no like heartbreak or love. Like they love the love songs. They love the heartbreak. I don't like you, like stuff like that. But I think they just really gravitate more towards like the real life, like going through it. Like on my first EP, Yours Truly, I have a lot of people tell me they love the song My Way Home. And that's more of a like inside, like I'm going through it, but I know I'm gonna get better. So I think they gravitate more to that because that's just, a lot of people can relate to it. Like, and I think it's just the fact that I'm so young too. Like they don't expect like she's actually talking about some real stuff. Like it's not just any bull crap or anything. Like it's actually real stuff. I think they mess with the real life, going through it, talking about your demons, like talking about how you have problems going on, but like it doesn't block you from even, it doesn't stop you from doing what you love.
Yeah.
I think they gravitate more towards that.
It's good to be able to talk about it, because a lot of artists that I had here talk about doing music as being therapy for them, to be able to talk about those things and get them out instead of having them bottled inside and maybe create some illnesses.
It is a good way I get my feelings, because I'm not good at talking. Like even on this interview, I think you could tell like I'm not a good talking person. So like when it comes to talking about feelings, I shut everything out. But when it comes to the beat, when it comes to just like, like I said, the beat, the sound, like everything, I feel like music is an easier way for me to put myself out there than just sitting down and talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Like when I'm doing music, that's me sitting down talking to you. You just have to catch it. You just have to hear it.
Yeah. No, you speak well, but of course you're still young.
Yeah.
And, it's just depending on whether you like to read and different things to expand your vocabulary, but you speak well. I mean, English is my second language, by the way, so I had to learn.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I get stuck in words, but we speak really well. You good. But irrelevant to that, you're freaking singing the way that you can tap in for influence to talk about the real thing that people sometimes do care about. And that it's cool that you can also use it as the therapy to release some of the things that you want to. And it's crazy that people connect with it too. So that's pretty cool. So excuse me, choking on myself. So you have some very notable features, C Walka, Kielo, Young Tony. And how did those come about? C Walka, they're on the same label, and Kielo too, right?
Yeah.
But what about that Young Tony? Is it Young Tony?
Yes, it's Young Tony.
Where's he from?
He's from Eagle Pass.
Eagle Pass?
Yeah.
Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did those come about?
How did Tony come about? I think he might have heard of me.
Yeah.
And he followed me on Instagram, and I think he DM'd me. And I looked at some of his stuff, and I was like, wow, this kid, he's not a kid, but he's cold. I like him. And then we just got together. Like, he sent me a song, and he was like, hey, do you like this? Do you think you could hop on this? I heard the song, and instantly I was like, yes. Yes. Like, your voice, my voice, this song, it has to work. So we did the song, and then I would say a few months, probably like a month maybe later, we shot the video. The video, like, our vibe in the video, it was crazy. It was a really good vibe. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't like, I don't know you, I'm not this comfortable with you. Like, it was like,
so the chemistry was good in the music and the
great.
video.
Yeah, it was great. It was better than what I thought it would have been.
That's good. And you have some features coming up here soon.
I do.
You have one with Waco.
He is.
Charlie Boy.
Yep.
I think Lester Roy is already done, right? Or is it already out, or is it in the works?
Yes, it's done.
It's done. It's already out, right?
That's Schemin,
the remix.
Yep.
The remix. And then you also have Rashid, Dope House.
Yep.
DJ Red from the Screwed Up.
Schemin
is also out too? Yeah. Oh, it's already done.
Yeah.
Cool. So how did the Wacotron one come around? If I'm not mistaken, you were saying that C Walka actually just made the beat from scrap as y'all were working on that particular song, or a different song?
Yeah, it was so...
Hello, you and all. Thank you very much for checking out this episode. Make sure you go and subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment. We appreciate it. Now, back to the episode.
He told me he locked in with C Walka. He locked in with Wacotron a minute ago, and like, he was telling me, and you gotta at least get a hook or something done so I can get started. I was like, okay, I got you. I couldn't find the right beat that spoke, like, I'm not gonna say that really spoke to me, but like that I could hear me and Wacotron on. So like, I found a beat on YouTube. I was like, okay, fuck it, we just gonna go with this. So I wrote a hook, and I sent it to C Walka, and he never responded, but I think he was just busy. So like, we met up at the studio, and like, I was like, you want to get this Wacotron feature done? He was like, yeah. I literally played, the video was nothing but 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He heard the first 5 seconds, and he was like, okay, I'm good. I turned it off, and he made the beat. It was like, it was crazy. I was like,
I can imagine.
Walka, like, what? Like, do you need to hear a little bit more? Are you sure? He was like, no.
Got
You're
it.
good. Work on what you got to work on, then I'm going to do this. And I was like, okay, bet. Then, like, he had it done in, like, not even 30 minutes, and I was like, see, you the GOAT. This is why I need you. That's why I need you.
That's crazy. It's funny how you say that, because I know you took the comment back by talking about the beat talks to you. Like, the beats sometimes do talk, like, as far as the things that you need to say. I said it before. I'm not crazy. I'm just saying the beat kind of sort of goes with certain things that you want to say, and they kind of marry together, and it sounds good whenever you're saying it. So I would say the beats talk.
Definitely. Definitely.
Okay, so what about the Charlie Boy feature? How did that come about?
I think C Walka showed him the song, maybe, and he just thought it was dope, which I think is really dope. Like, Charlie Boy, like, what? He heard me and he wanted to get on the song. I think that's how that came about. I want to say that's how it came about.
Okay, so the Wacotron, when is that one projected to be coming out?
In the summer, during the summer.
Summertime. And then the Charlie Boy feature?
Summertime.
También. And Lester is already out. Rashi, Dope House?
We still, like,
working on it.
Working that. It should, if it's not summer, then it'll be like right after.
Awesome. You have a busy summer going on.
Definitely do. I love it.
And how close is the feature with K-Mac, the K-Baby?
Mm-hmm.
How close?
You know,
I never heard of him, and I'm from the Dallas area, and you had to go find out who he is.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that, like, tell me, like, who is that? Like, out of everybody, him? I think, like, right now, I just think when I first heard his music, like, a long time ago, I just thought it was dope. I just never really thought of collabing with him until, like, recently. Like, I think his music, I don't know, he talks about real stuff in, like, most of his songs. Like, I think I just like the vibe. I like his tone. I think me and him on a track together, our voices will just go together completely. But we really focused on, like, on the road stuff and stuff now. So that'll probably be, like, hopefully within the next 2 years, hopefully.
Have y'all started dialogue or conversating with him, talking? Your cam reaching out to him, see what y'all can do? Because you do numbers too. I mean, it's not crazy.
Yeah,
like,
but
his numbers is good too, but your numbers is not, they're not no pushover numbers too. They're doing well too, so.
Not really, because really the main things we're focused on is we got stuff we're
Yeah,
focused
of
on right
course.
now, but like hopefully soon that time will come.
I just figure I asked because
Hopefully.
you had mentioned him a few times that you want to collab with him.
I
I don't
do,
I
I
don't get what
really do.
I don't it trips me out when people ask or people ask you in interviews. No this on them, but I'm like, who wouldn't want a feature with a big artist, right?
Right.
Who wouldn't
Right.
want to take a freaking Drake or whoever
Or
Migos, whatever.
Beyonce.
Beyonce, right? It's only
Right.
obvious, right? Who
Right.
wouldn't want to do it? But the fact that you take time to listen to certain artists that someone put me on because I didn't know about them, to listen to them is pretty dope. And then again, do you understand where you're at now? You are projecting and moving in the right direction, but you understand within the spectrum that you're at, these are the people that could be reachable right now
Yeah.
to work with, and you like them. So that's pretty dope that you take that in consideration. I thought it was pretty mature on your part, not to say like what everybody expects, but to really tap into
Yeah.
the people that you can really work with, and the fact that you feel like in your head it would sound really good together, and I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
Okay, so you had done some headlining. You actually you performed with some big headliners. Twista, Miss Gold, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What other ones have you opened up for?
Lil Flip. Who else do we have?
Rashid, I think, right?
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a lot, actually. Too many for me to say. Yes, Rashid.
Yeah. Miss Gold here in Dallas, not the long one, a few
Miss
times.
Gold. A few times, actually,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
At the HQ in Waco, just in different cities. Gosh, I have done a lot.
You have.
I have. Can't
You never sit down and
remember.
just think about it. Now we're gonna take the time to sit down and think.
Right, we really.
So
I
you,
really need to start doing that.
before we started here, you were talking to your mom and C Walka about you've been busy for the past 2 weeks. You've been all over the place, right? So it's kind of, I don't blame you for not remembering some of the things because you've been really busy. So, but okay, let me ask this. So who would be somebody that you would like to open up for or, open up for in the near future? And then say 2 years.
Say 2 years. Would I like to open up for?
And then shortly after headline your own show. Because I
Right.
want to see you be the headliner eventually.
That's hard. I would say Matt K, but I want more of like a feature from him. Like that's not like cool. I can open up for you too, but I need to be on a song with you.
Yeah.
Opening up for, I would probably say like I'll probably do somebody big this time. Like who do I mess with? I don't listen to a lot of music.
Yeah, that's what I heard too, which is good because you don't get influenced about other people's sounds and you can create your own sound. So it's good.
I'll probably say Fora.
Yeah, Fora.
Honestly, like that, I would honestly say Fora. Like just that'll be a chance for me to meet him too.
Yeah, that's dope. How did it feel to be on stage to open up for Twista and, of course, Miss Gold? I don't know how the show went, but how did it feel for you to open up or to even be performing now compared to karaoke? To getting on stage and rocking the crowd?
I feel, I still have my mixed feelings about it. I still don't like how I perform. Like I know my performance skills could be way better, but I think how I am now from when I first started, I love it. Like it's still crazy to me how I do what I do without thinking about doing it.
Just executing, right?
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. My mind went blank. What was the question?
So, yeah, about performing. How does it feel? How do you feel about performing?
It's great because I know, it's not just somebody else's song. It's my song, and I get to see how the crowd reacts to my song. It's a great experience. Anytime I get on stage and perform, whether it's in front of the same people, whether it's 2 people, 5 people, 1,000 people, it's a great experience. It makes me feel really good.
Nice. What is the most satisfying part as you out there and you rock into the crowd to you?
The most satisfying part?
Mm-hmm.
I would say the most satisfying part is seeing the crowd, seeing me, not just watching me, but seeing me, feeling my words, actually listening. That's the most satisfying part.
Have you ever run into one that been knowing about you and then they get to see you and they actually sing along? Have you had that yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had it.
Yeah.
Too.
great. Like I said, like with the Waco Awards, I didn't expect people to mess. Like I didn't know people actually mess with me that heavy. Like, so like when I see somebody singing my words, it's just like, you listen to me that much to where you know my words. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty cool though that you get to do that. So the biggest show you had so far, it is Twister, right? It was a few thousand people there, right? Or which one's the biggest show you've done so
The
far?
biggest show is probably the Lil Flip and Brian.
How was that?
That it was. I was nervous because like the crowd was so big, but at the same time, you know, R rocked the stage, so like I felt really comfortable. He got the crowd hyped for me, so I think like how I came in after him and like how I just killed the stage, I think that right there, that was good. It was good for me. It was a good experience, especially with there being that many people. Like I know I've been doing this, but even then, like I still get nervous. I still tell my mom, Mama, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But like,
And what did mom tell you to calm you down?
you got this. You know how long you're YT Amaya. You're YT Amaya. People are here to see you. Go rock that stage. Give them what they want. You do this all the time. What's different about it now? I'd be like, you know what? You're right, Mama. I am YT. I need to stop.
You know, somebody has said that about nervous, like it's I mean it's a human thing, right, to get nervous, but it also shows that you care of what you're doing on stage. Because once you stop not caring, then what are you there for anymore?
Right,
You
right.
lost interest. You don't really care to.
You lost interest, so like now you're not interested in making yourself grow or getting better or anything.
Yeah, how y'all, your management and y'all talked about, I don't know if y'all have anybody in-house to sharpen up your craft as far as performance. I know you say you need to work on it. Of course, it comes with experience, anything like that, but there's always people that, you know,
That can
dedicate their
critique
life.
and-
Not critique, but kind of sort of help you with your performance, let you know how you need to be standing, how you need to be moving, things like that. There's like coaches and different people like that that do that. I don't know if there's any talks of that to sharpen up that part that you kind of sort of not. I mean, you could say you still do it, but you know you can give it more because you're good with the crowd. You wanted the crowd to go and be like, oh wow, she killed it, absolutely killed it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Have y'all talked to anybody or seeked into that direction to see if you can sharpen it up?
I've definitely thought about like not anybody like more just local, the other local artists, like people that I know that do good on stage. I try to like go to them and like, hey, can I like, even if it's like for like one song, can I do this song in front of you? And like you tell me how you feel, what I can do better, what you think I'm good at, or you know what I'm saying? So it's not like anybody like he knows, you know, but it's just like more local artists that I hang around.
That's pretty cool though that you still get the time.
I'll still get my family to like tell me like, is this good? Like I know you don't do music, but like tell me, if you were at a concert, would you mess with the way I did this, or what would you think I should do better?
That's pretty cool though.
Especially my older sister, since she was in show choir, she knows all of that. So I definitely love getting like feedback from her.
Yeah, there you go. You have one in the house. Like, hey, we need to. Do you ever practice any of your songs, your show mix, or whatever you said that you do, and just get ready for it?
I sometimes like this one time, C Walka sent me a mix. I was in the mirror, like just performing it like for the whole 2 hours before it was ready to go.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta get this right. So I was in the mirror performing it to myself. And that day, I was not nervous to get on stage.
Yeah.
Like I can say that I wasn't nervous to get on stage that day. I felt like I was good.
You know what I'm thinking? Maybe it's just because I used to do it too. I used to perform here locally, and then I noticed that if I didn't go over the lyrics of my show, of the show mix, how we call it show mix for us, like what songs are gonna be, then I didn't know where to be positioned to know what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Whenever I did that, I felt like I did better. So maybe that's the part.
It probably helped.
Yeah. Maybe that's the part you might want to. Maybe your performance is good, but maybe just going over that part more, and then you'll be like, dang, I killed it.
Right.
But it comes with time. You're still young, but it's cool that you have it in your radar of things that you need to, you know, make sure that you give the crowd a very great performance, and they go home and they can't wait to see you the next time again. Right. So recurring customers, baby. I'm coming back. Okay, so let's talk about your song that is doing amazing, single Schemin. over 100K. That's on Spotify, but it's on different platforms too. So I'm pretty sure it's over 100K easily. How did it feel to get that? I know we talked about it earlier when you mentioned that, but
Honestly, I don't know. It's so crazy. Like I just remember waking up and like C Walka posted it, and I was like, let me look. I'm asleep, and then I seen it, I was like, bro, it ain't no way. Like it's just no way I did 100K. Over 100K. Like it's no way. Like people mess with me that heavy, and I honestly think that really opened my eyes. Like even though it was recently, I think it opened my eyes to like a lot of stuff. Like okay, this is serious. Like it's been serious, but like this is serious. Like girl, you just hit over 100,000 views on Spotify alone. Like that's a big accomplishment. Even though I'm still like in Waco, you know, that's 100,000 streams. It's not even 100,000 people in Waco. So
well,
like,
not in Waco, just Waco, because you've been to
but it's
Dallas,
it's everywhere.
Houston, different places to perform.
I think it's crazy that my song got played 100,000 times. I don't think I realized how much people mess with me until I see stuff like that. Like the Waco Awards, that opened my eyes. Like I didn't think my city messed with me like that.
Yeah.
Like okay, I knew I was making noise because you know I'm young, I'm female, I'm doing all this different stuff.
Yeah.
But like the fact that I won it and it's because of my city, probably not just because of my city, probably other cities too, but like I think it just opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I didn't see when I first started.
I think maybe it's because you're too busy doing the thing that you don't realize
that
all of a sudden the fruits of your fruits of your labor, you seeing that that's paying off.
Yeah.
That the work is working. It's not just work just to do work and just because of with no direction, right? But whatever your team is doing and they pushing, you see that it's coming to something.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. So tell me about the song. I was listening to it. I like it. We're gonna plug it in as we talk about it, Carlos. And your voice sounds great. The topic, I just feel like I can see how people can relate. It sounds very personal to it. How did the song come about?
Definitely an old friend. You know, stuff happened a minute ago, and I'm not really gonna get too into the subject. I don't want to say a name. I don't really want to put anything out there because you know it's still. But
was it a loss? If you don't mind me asking?
Yes, it was.
I'm very sorry for your loss, by the way. But I heard it on the lyrics or something about doing it for your brother.
Yeah.
On one of the lyrics, so I figured it was something like that.
I definitely had, like, I put what I've been going through in it, but it's also like everything that's been happening in my city. Like, it's been a lot of young kids dying over guns, like just stupid shit like that. So I was like, I can mix that into what I went through and like what happened to me, and I can mix it in with like everything that's happening now. Like I know other people feel this, and like it's just kind of went mixing me and like other people's emotions, like just putting it in a song.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it. You're talking from the heart, and it's personal. And now that we know it is, you're trying to even bring awareness to an issue that's like, I said stupid stuff, but I didn't mean to say it like that. I mean, it's like the dumbest thing that you can possibly lose your life with having guns, and it's not needed. And if we don't talk about it and bring awareness that it's not necessary, we don't need to go through that, then how else are we going to be able to change behavior? Right. So it's pretty good that it's cool. It's awesome that you are able to do the song and it's doing good, but not to mention putting your heart in it and also trying to deliver a message to people too. Like, hey, we need to switch that. This is not the way. This is not the way. I like that. That's pretty cool. So, wow. And the video, y'all can check it out too on YouTube. It's doing amazing. Looks great. And the whole video looks amazing. The whole freaking song and everything is dope. I was jamming it to a few times as I was checking some of your interviews. I put it through as I was going to the next interview and listen to the song, and I'll be like, rewind before I get to the next one. Before I get to the next one, I'm like, yeah, I like it. I like it very much. So yeah. So right now it seems like the demographic for you is like 20 to 30-year-old folks there.
Yeah, like 25 to like 38, I think.
Yeah.
Like that. My mama was showing me that the other day. She was like, look at this. And I was like, what? Like, and it's mostly men.
Yeah.
It's like, there's women too, but like my thing said mostly men. And I thought that just blew me. Like, I was like, wow, I'm a female artist.
Yeah.
So like, I have men listening to my stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. Like, I like how I can not just hit females, but men too.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's really important. I like that I can jump off to both and even just go into middle. Like, you know, men and females can listen to this, or I could do one for the females, one for the guys. Like,
yeah. So you like the versatility that you can cater to everybody, not just one, not just lovey-dovey stuff or whatever, but that scheming for, you know, for whatever reason, it hit everybody. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so so right now as far as countries, C Walka was telling me you getting seen in different places, but still Mexico's one of them. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, right? How do you feel about that? That they're actually in another country listening to your music?
I think it's cool. Like, I still just think my city alone like listens to me like that. I think that's dope. So the fact that it's in another country, like, I can't even like process that sometimes. Like, it's just like I'm getting like that. Like, that's crazy. Even though if it's 5 people out of that whole country listening to me, that's 5 people in another country. That's not, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's crazy. Those 5 people get spread it out to another 10 people, you know?
See what happened. Your trajectory and as far as your team, they're doing what they're doing with you and your work. Yeah, shout out to the team. That's just one country. Before you know it, the whole world.
Right.
So yeah, keep it up. So you had done the Schemin remix, and you had a remix with Lester Roy, correct?
Yeah.
How did that one come about?
I think he heard it. He heard it and he was like, how to get on this, like a remix or something. And then we met up in person. He's dope. So yeah, I want to say.
So the remix is out now too, just the song itself, right?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry. Was he trying to give you a hint or something? If he was trying to hint you, I let him tell you.
I was trying to, because I probably said something wrong. I don't know.
Okay. Was everything correct? I'm going to make sure.
Yeah, we good.
Okay.
We good.
And then now it's just a song, right? You don't have the video for that one. It's just a remix.
Just the song.
That's pretty cool.
Just the song.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so so is that as far as for you, R&B hip hop is what you kind of the genre that you're gonna be staying with, or are you willing to maybe experiment different?
I have experience with like rap, you know, not just R&B hip hop. I'm trying to do like right now I'm working on writing a country song. Like I think I've done like I'm not gonna say like an alternative rock, but I think like I've wrote a rock song. To me it sounds pretty rock and I love it. So I'm trying to like go to like hip hop, rap, country, R&B, rock, and like just expand from there. Like I have Duolingo on my phone. I'm trying to do some Spanish.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, to think about it, like as far as Latinos, we like everything. And here in Texas too, we like all kinds of stuff. We like country, we like rock, we like everything. We like a little bit of Mexican music, a little bit of reggaeton, Bad Bunny, whatever, Selena, all that. We love all that stuff. And it's crazy within our culture, we embrace all those type of sounds. Not just like this type of sound or that type of sound and just that. We're like have so many options, not even funny for us. So it's pretty cool. So you're not gonna be you like one lane and do it, but you're not limiting yourself to that. You're gonna try out different
definitely
things.
Gonna try out different things. I don't want to just stick with R&B because I'm really like when I sing.
Yeah.
I like that soulful stuff, like stuff like that. Like I have a recent song that I just made called Fall that I perform. Everybody just when they hear that song. They gravitate towards like it don't matter where I am. If I start singing that song, the whole crowd is just like, who is that? Like, what song is that? And it's like, is it out?
Can you give me a couple bars? Can you sing me a couple bars?
Fall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if we can.
I think I'm in love. I don't know. Should I try or let it go? Let us fade into a soul. But I know this world cold if I fell for you today. Would you be real or would you play? Be here on my darkest days. If I were to fall.
Yeah, no wonder they go and run, trying to find to see where you're at.
Right.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank
Dang,
you.
such a little body. Where does that voice come from?
I be trying to figure out the same
I'm
thing.
telling you, it's just not from this world. I mean, I'm not calling you an alien or anything.
Oh, I
I'm
am.
just saying,
It's okay.
hey, if you are, you are. But it's crazy that you're able to project that, and it's awesome. You know, Ariana Grande is petite girl, but her voice is freaking.
It was so amazing.
Right?
I love it.
I love vocalists. I love people that can sing. Yes,
Not just sing, but they can sing.
Yeah, I just sang. You're right, and that's why you like the soulful stuff. 'Cause
Yes.
it's freaking
And it's
dope.
like, it's what I really grew up like, not just listening to, but singing. Like, whenever I tell my mom sit down in the living room, I'm singing Whitney Houston. What's that one song that I always sing? My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion, like big stuff. Listen, Beyonce, like I sing big stuff like that.
Those are not easy songs to hit. Those are
Crazy. Not.
notes.
They're like hard songs. Didn't realize how hard like it was to sing until I got older, and I was like, dang, how did I do that? I was that small. How did I do that? I was
crazy that you was doing it when you was smaller, and it got you kind of learning how to do it.
Yeah, how to work with my voice, how to.
Yeah. And then you never had a vocal coach or anything like that? You just straight from like, woo, you are an alien. Declare right here, you're from another planet. No way that you're real.
I definitely do. Like, I have a thing. I have this little like snippet on Instagram. I try to like do little posts here and there that it basically talks about like me tapping in with me and my higher self. Like, I'm not made for this world. Like, I'm sure I'm here. I'm made to like bring a message to this world, but I know like my soul, my spirit, I'm like, it's definitely greater than what is going on in the world now. Like, the world is going crazy now.
Where did you get that from? Where do you hear that? Where do you get the feeling of that? Of the higher self and of that?
I just tune in. Like,
when you meditate?
It definitely has a big part of meditating. Like, when I meditate, you know, you're in your zone, you leave your body, depending on how you know what I'm saying? But even doing music, like getting caught up in a beat and like playing a beat, like that right there is like meditation for me too. So like when I make songs and listen to beats, I'm not in my body. I'm outside of my body.
Yeah. It's gonna sound crazy, but you're right.
It's gonna sound crazy to people, but yeah.
You're right though, because like I meditated and I've been to different places, like far away, not even here.
Yeah.
They're so real to me. And I'm not
They are. It's very real.
Out of body stuff too. And it's real if you get to meditating. But if you never try it or give it a try to go, then you will never figure out that.
Yeah, like I feel like when people hear it, they're like, no, you're crazy. Like, it ain't no way just that. But it's not just about meditating. It's also about you, like where you are mentally. Like, if you're, you know, everybody has to start somewhere. I was not okay mentally when I started like doing all this meditation stuff, and I can admit that because you know, I'm not afraid to say it anymore because I've seen my growth. But like, meditation, it helps. I don't think a lot of people realize that. I think a lot of people think it's like just some weird, like, that's not how the world is working now, so that's not what I should be doing, or like, it sounds weird, like people might make fun of me for doing it, like, it's so no, but like, it's very helpful for the people who don't.
I think they're weird for not trying it. You know, let me explain why though. I think they're weird for not trying it because you'd rather have all your problems and all kinds of other stuff and create other issues within you where you can just take control of it by like meditating, which it sounds crazy, but if you just take a few minutes out of your time to like toughen your mind, that you'll be able to see that those things are not big deal. And you would rather live in that poisonous, weird, toxic environment than to be separated away from that and live in a normal, happy, content life.
Exactly.
See how they weird and you're not weird?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think a lot of people just get caught up in the world nowadays. Like, they just don't slow down. Like, I had to learn, like, and this is where it all started. For me, I had to learn it all starts with a thought. Yeah. So, like, you are literally God for the people who might think, on the religious side, nah, that's not true. I'm not telling you to believe in like what God, I'm like believe in what you believe in, but me personally, I believe in God, but I am that God that I believe in. You feel me?
Yep.
Like, I do believe in higher power, higher everything, but I believe like that's all me. And like once you figure that out, I think you're just unstoppable then. Like, of course you're a human being at the end of the day. You still gonna feel emotions, you still gonna go through stuff. But I feel like once you figure out like everything starts with a thought and your mind literally has the power to trigger anything, like trigger your life. Like if you're sad and just frustrated and just stressed all the time and you don't believe you can have any happiness, you won't. Like it all starts with how you think. And I had to learn that. Once I learned that, I became dangerous. It's just crazy.
No, you became very powerful as far as the things that you want to, because it is true. Because even in the books that people read, it says that it was made in your image. So,
yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? You're exactly that, except you just got to get to that thinking pattern.
This is hard. It's not easy to change your mind, but like I feel like once you have your mind under control, you can do anything.
Yeah, that is true. And it's awesome that you were so young, so mature. And then whatever you had just finished saying, you were like speaking to me because you were literally able to carry that message or whatever you wanted to say. And it's dope. I appreciate that. Okay, so you are pushing some singles. What are the singles? Is that the ones we talked about with Charlie Boy, Wakatron?
I do. Fall. Fall is my next single. Like it was gonna be Trojan, but I think just the way everybody has been interacting off of Fall, I think like that would be good. Like that's just great right there because everybody loves me singing.
Yeah.
Like everybody loves me singing. So like I think Fall, with it being so powerful too, like I think the only other powerful song that I sang like that was in my Yours Truly EP, which was Time Will Tell. I think that's really the only other song that I have that I'm actually like just blowing. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And what other single? Is that the only one you're going to be pushing here? And when is that one about to come out? Fall?
It might, I would say probably a little bit after the Wakotron and Charlie Boy. It would probably still be in the
Summertime.
But if, like I said, if it's not, then it'll be right after.
Okay. So this was probably released 2-3 weeks from now, but be on the lookout. Summertime. A lot of singles that you got working on. That's awesome.
A lot.
That's awesome.
I don't think anybody's ready. I have like singles for like 2 years.
I think they're ready. They want to see it now, but they're gonna have to wait till the summertime. Wait till the summertime until you see that. That's amazing that you're pushing this and that you continue to create, and it's amazing.
Thank you.
So you wanted to be once you made it big, leave Waco.
Yes.
Why do you want to leave Waco? Is that just because to know that you kind of already made it in a bigger level?
No, I think it's just I love Waco. Shout out to my city.
Waco. She loves
Waco.
Waco.
I'm tired of Waco.
Gotcha.
I've been in Waco. I'm born and raised. I feel like I feel like I just need to expand. I need to see more. I need to experience more than Waco. Like, don't get me wrong. Waco is amazing. Like, it's great. I can't say I don't. I don't know my way around the city still. But, you know what I'm saying? I don't be outside that much. But I think it's just because it's a small city, which it is growing, which is good.
Yeah.
But it's such a small city. I feel like if you're stuck in one place, your mind can just be stuck. Like, I can only do this because, you know what I'm saying?
Like a fish.
Yeah.
That one grows.
Yeah, like in a fishbowl, you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like it just has a lot to do with me and like experiences and my mind. And like, I feel like if I go out and I experience more, I'll have more to talk about. My songs will hit different. It'll probably like better my writing, better my mind, period, just how I think about everything. I think it's more on that side.
It's so crazy the way your mind thinks, you know that? I mean, it's not, but it is, because you're right. All those experiences, being young, been able to create now, and having to be able to get experiences that you can bring back and create something for it. So yeah, I think you're definitely. Where's top 3 places that you want to go see? So we know Dubai is one. We're gonna take that one out.
Oh, we gotta take it out. Okay.
3 more. 3 more that you might have seen on magazines, movies that you'd be like, oh wow, I want to see that.
I'll go to Africa.
Why?
I would definitely want to go there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You can keep here in the States.
The Bahamas.
Bahamas.
I've never went to the Bahamas, but I think that sounds nice.
It does sound nice. The Bahamas. Yeah.
And there's this you know what? I'm gonna go with Jamaica. I'm gonna go with Jamaica.
Yeah, so you do like the beach. You like the beach vibe?
Yeah. I do.
That's badass. Okay, so we're running short on time. We appreciate you very much for being here again. I said it like 3 or 4 times, but I really mean it.
Thank you
from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for singing and showing the people that you're the real deal. And
it's not. Just
I didn't doubt it. I didn't doubt it whatsoever. But I love it when I can show people that like what you have.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. So give me all your social medias, all the projects. Are you just going to focus on singles, not an EP?
Right now, I'm just focused on singles. Maybe in like I said, next 2 years, I'll probably start working on EPs and albums.
Gotcha.
But so far, we are definitely pushing just singles right now, especially with the way everything is going. I think singles right now would be the best until I start getting more eyes and more everything. Once I do that, then I think it'll be a good time to do an album or an EP again.
Got you. Has there been any labels talking at all?
Definitely. You know, I'm not trying to be cocky, but I'm like, you know, like I know the potential I have, but Free Odyssey Entertainment, that's my home. That's
you gotta keep it there because you know
that's what I'm not gonna say that's what I'm used to, because it's good to like go out and experience new stuff, but like that's where my trust is. That's where like that's what I'm used to. When I started doing music, Free Odyssey Entertainment is where I was. I don't think it'll just be right to just go somewhere else. Not right now. Like,
not to mention labels got bad reps, bigger labels.
You know,
I'm not bad used to messing artists up and not letting them shine. So, and then you have control of everything at that time, creation, as far as distribution, all that. Especially like the music. Like, I don't like to bring his name sometimes because people get weird. But SPM used to have a phrase called "dope sells itself," but I feel that he was always talking about dope, not drugs, but dope being like a dope something.
Yeah.
Like a dope shirt, a dope music, a dope whatever. People would just gravitate and buy it. So if your music is dope, the people will command where you're going to be, like what you're going to sell, how much you're going to sell.
Right.
Nothing the labels can do to stop that, you know? But when you go with them, then they can put a stop on whatever it is that you want to. So let the people decide what you put out and what they want to. And apparently they're talking if you have 100,000 plus on Schemin, and all the other ones are doing well too. So I think independent or with the label that you have, that I think they're independently is better. Yeah,
definitely.
Shout outs. Any shout outs do you have?
Shout out to Free Odyssey Entertainment. Shout out to C Walka. Shout out to Momager. Shout out to the whole team. Like I'm not gonna be able to get everybody that I want to shout out, but like. Y'all know who y'all are. Shout out to Private Hip Hop, for, getting me some features that I want, what I'm saying, for having me on their podcast to be able to give away a free feature. Shout out to Joe, Texas Joe. Shout out to Joe Whedon. He be on his grind when it comes to me, bro. He be posting a lot every day, and I think
here because he hit me up. So like, it was one of the reasons why
he be on his grind. Like, shout out to him. Shout out to all the artists in Waco. You know what I'm saying? We got this. Come. Let's just get together and let's just show every other city why Waco is the best.
Y'all have a cipher yet? Waco cipher?
Waco definitely has a cipher. I'm not in it, but
I need a new wave one. I need a new wave one. Yeah.
Dope. Yeah. All the artists.
Make it happen. Maybe artists
hear that?
Make it happen. Lead the way. That would be dope. Okay. Any other shout outs?
Shout out to. I'm gonna shout out Cam KT. I'm gonna shout out everybody that I'm close to. Cam KT, Big R, Darian, Kyle. Shout out to everybody who supports me. Like, I love the support system in Waco. If I didn't say your name, shout out to you. Don't get mad, please. I love y'all. I love everybody. It's nothing but love.
Awesome. Okay, so I know you're still young, and the music, you haven't done it for a very long time, but still, maybe from the time you started that you were younger till now, what is a very important lesson that you learned in the music or doing music that you would tell your younger self when you first started that would help somebody else? What would that be?
Basically, don't get your mind caught up on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason, whether it's a good reason, whether it's a bad reason, whether something good happens, whether something bad happens. Don't get caught up in like the outcome of it. You feel me? Like, what am I trying to say? Don't get caught up in your head. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, you gonna have haters, you gonna have supporters. Don't let anybody drown you, drain you. Don't let anything that anybody say affect how you feel about you, yourself, and your music.
That's beautiful, but you said it very well. I don't know what you were talking about. No, as far as like now finding the words, but you found the words and it was a great message. Okay, so I usually wake up with this phrase, I'm not immortal, I am mortal, and I will die one day. I know you're kind of young, you don't want to hear that type of stuff, but it's a reality in your life, right?
Yeah.
And that makes me kind of sort of want to hurry up and do things because I know that time is limited here.
Time is you don't know how much time you have. When it comes to dying, I'm not scared of dying. I know you gotta die one day, but I believe like you don't die. You're not dying. I mean, your physical body is dead, but your spiritual, what you learned from the world, you're not dead. So I think that's a big thing. I think once you learn that, like, if you're afraid to die, that's like, work with yourself on that. That has a lot to do with your mentality too, and like meditation and everything. Like once you figure out like you don't really die, it's just your physical, like I said, anything, you could do anything. Just, it all depends on your mind.
Correct. But once the physical part is done for us, the question will be after that this physical part is done, what do you want? And of course, I hope you have a long, prosperous life in this body at this moment. However, when everything's said and done at the end of your life, what do you hope people or want people to feel about your life that you had here on earth at that time?
Just, she was a very helpful and kind person. I don't want to just be known for my music. I want to be known for me having my own shelter, having a ranch, having a camp for kids. I don't want to just be known for music. Like, I definitely want to get my own animal shelter, human shelter. I want to have a little summer camp for kids like you see on those movies kids go to. I want to have a summer camp for kids. I want to do more for the world instead of just putting a message through music.
Gotcha.
I want to do a message through my actions and everything.
Yeah. Why do you think that's important to do that?
Because it's not a lot of people nowadays that think like that. Like, whenever I tell people that I want my own shelter, they're like, you're so young. Like, is that what you want? Like, you're going to get rich and famous and you want to get a shelter? You don't want to do anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? This, what? And I'm like, yeah, well, nobody else is doing it. Like, nobody, like, yes, there's other people that have shelters, and shout out to everybody that's helping, but like, me being this young, I feel like that has a bigger impact because I am so young. So like, I feel like I could get to my generation. Like, I feel like my generation, if anybody older like would tell them, like, oh, you're just saying that, da, da, da. I feel like since me being so young, I could hopefully get out to my generation like, hey, this is cool too. Like, not just...
Yeah, you're right, because there's a lot of superficial stuff that you see on IG, and that the money, the cars, the this and that, and then because that's all they see in their feed, they think that that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Well, but there's other things that there is important things, like taking care of the people that for whatever reason they fell off and they don't have a place to stay to provide something. Being kind to different things, animals and different things like that. Because at the end of the day, it shows what kind of a human beings we're leaving, what kind of planet we're leaving behind if we don't focus on those things, right? So you're right. The perspective, it's cool to see that, but realize that there's another part of a life that you need to also look into, and it's cool that you'll be one of the ones that show that this is also something that you can do, not just that.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays, my generation, if you help, like, if you give back to the world, you're weak for that. They see you as weak. They see you as, oh, you're just... You know what I'm saying? But really, you're just more powerful. I don't feel like my generation sees that, and that's what That's what, irritates me. Like, nowadays, it's all about money. It's all about cars. It's all about expensive clothes. It's all about big houses. That's cool. It's cool to have, but like, if you're really not helping the world, what are you doing? Like, you can always post a picture on Instagram. Oh, I got all this money. Okay, that's cool. You got all the money. You can put it up for yourself. But, it's good to, like, go buy a meal for somebody that don't have it, or, like, give a homeless dog or cat, like, a little shelter or something like that. I don't think people see the impact that has, not on just the world, but on you too. Like, whenever you help somebody or help an animal, help something, that makes you feel good. And I feel like people, if they get caught doing that, people will call them like, you're weak, like, I think that's how my generation thinks today. And I really just want to break that cycle.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I appreciate your heart. It's great to have and think that way and have that type of heart, because you're right, it's necessary. Not only your generation, but I think all of us we're people in our generations. They don't see a different thing, spirit. Even as older, they still see it weird like that. And I don't think that's the way. I think we need to be more caring for people and animals and different things.
Especially to the world.
Yeah, definitely. To the world in general, because this is the only one we have, and if it's gone, then what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and finish it up. Thank you very much again for the 100th time, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you for the team for bringing you out, and for starting so young, as far as like just like singing to your mom with like kind of maybe hopes that something can happen to her, not discourage you, and actually you getting into and connecting all the dots. C Walka coming along, and then you putting out music that is doing great numbers. That is amazing. It's amazing to me, and I like to say, as far as like, you eventually your trajectory is gonna be worldwide. Right now, a few countries, and it's awesome. So to me, I feel like you are a global Latin factor, because before we know it, you're gonna be reaching the world. And I think you're, again, as I mentioned, great path and a great heart too. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. All right, this was another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast. Remember, we are just like you. We're people. We're the spice in this melting pot that it is the world. Till next time. Bye. Thank you very much for checking out another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast. Make sure you go and subscribe to the channel. You are very important, and it means a lot to us whenever you go and subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications whenever we have new episodes. It really does truly mean a lot to us. Thank you very much.
De la Vigo, walks like a pero but in fact is a flamingo. Coming to Havana and reach from Puerto Rico on a pirate ship, you don't know where do we go. The birds of the jungle chasing fortune and fame, but who are